Hello everyone. So recently I had a talk with one of my mates about why Eastern Europe have so wide, so vivid digitalization, online banking, and Western Europe and even the US, well, does not have the same, at least not everywhere. And the reason is simple, we just came second. For years that tech originally developed there in US and Western Europe had been suffered from everything the new product is suffering. Bad customer reviews, loan adaptation, bad efficiency, all that stuff. And they developed it for years, for tens of years. And after all, we came here and let's take the already advanced, tested, better version. That's why we have it so great here. But okay, how it how it translates to gaming, actually. Well, imagine you're launching a new game. The first player has already spent millions of dollars on it. So R&D, all that innovations, all that stuff, and you trying to figure out what the market is, what the people are who will be playing your game, all that stuff. So when you're doing this, you are taking huge risks, and many of products, as you know, failing. Like 80% of new R&Ds are failing, and 50% of games released for the last 5 years never made it to release. Any release, even the soft launch, even the technical launch. So obvious that investors and gaming companies are cutting the risks, and they are, well, willing to make everything soft and copy the success and all that stuff. But the key here is that you need to come second with a grain of innovation, and you have to proportion it well. So what you're gaining by coming second, actually, you're reducing the risks. It's obvious, I mentioned it already. You are saving the costs because you don't need a huge R&D. You don't need to learn for your devs to learn all that stuff from scratch, your game designers to invent things and play test it for years because it's new. You already have it done by competitor. Then you have the lessons from the mistakes, the most valuable asset you have. You see what that worked for the first player who released the innovative game and what didn't. You see it by analyzing of the charts, of the aggregators with the metrics, by playing the game, reading reviews, all that stuff. You have lots of things, sources to handle this. So, guess I will give you some games maybe, yeah, which made it second and succeeded. So PUBG, you know PUBG, Battle Royale, the king of Battle Royales. It was the pioneer of that games. But Fortnite, which came out later, they came second. They flipped the script a bit. They made gameplay faster. They added unique building mechanics, reworked the physics of the game, and well, they jumped into free-to-play. And lately they done the graphics, they finalized their graphic style, and it appealed to wider audience than PUBG. So you see, still they had a lot of innovation done, but the basics, the whole ground floor of the house of the game was built on the PUBG foundation. I can mention Genshin Impact, which was obviously not to rip off, but very, very close copy of the vibe of Legend of Zelda, but still they added the Asian RPG proven combat system and narrative. Never met in the Legend of Zelda like this. Or Call of Duty. It took the basics of the Medal of Honor shooting, but doubled down on cinematic gameplay events, squad-based gameplay, and eventually they amplified the emotional engagement. And even in the Clash of Clans, they took lots of lessons from Evany. It was the browser game, but then Evany Return of the King released on iOS, mobile, and later other platforms. So they perfected the formula of Evany, added social gameplay, clans, wars. They added a lot actually. But still, if you are familiar with the original, you will see the roots. So, okay, what does it mean for you? Research the market. Don't be afraid to look at the already existed competitors, and not only from the top. Learn from the bottom. I always trying to see what's beneath the top grossing products, what's in the bottom, but what has the greatest at like the top of the user score reviews. So I really need that games to find something that has potential while I'm on the pre-production stage. Then you differentiate. Apply the ERRC. It's the framework on eliminate unnecessary, reducing the excessive. Then you improve on existing, and eventually you create the new things on the proven mechanics, proven solutions, I would say so. So it's not a secret that for dozens of years the community and live operations are considered the key for the great lifetime value of your game. So analyze the top grossers moves here and go for it with your team, adapting it to your budget. Great example here is the Cult of the Lamp. Their marketing and PR strategy is great because they targeted not the wide audience, but the specific audience. They are very targeted in their community and PR strategy, and they have done it cheaply. But the whole point is that they inherited the specifics of the targeting and community principles from Call of Duty, from Fortnite also, and some other top grossing games, which they transformed and applied to the low budget. And finally, remember that being a second is the strategic opportunity. Think it like this and use it so that your project would go sky high eventually and be the next big hit. So I wishing you good luck, and I see you around in 1 week. See you there.